Alright, welcome back to the second video in this short series reviewing the real life numbers mod. In this video, we're going to look at the mod settings folder, where you'll create a real life numbers folder and then a save game folder for each of your save games that you want to have a slightly different customized information for. So once you've created the real life numbers and save game 3 for whatever game you're playing on the number 3 slot, you'll copy over from the XML files that came from the zip, whether you're using the US information, UK, or France. Copy over those files, or whichever of those you want to use, into your newly created save game folder. Now within these, this is where you would edit the information to customize for your game. So animal types, as you can see, we've got cows. The first grazing month is month 5, last is month 10. What that's referring to, it relates to the animal scaling. During the grazing months, they require less feed, so less TMR, silage, hay, etc. They're eating the grass out of the fields during those months. Now, if you want to play it where they don't have any grazing months, then you can set those to the same, I think you can set those to the same month, like 10 and 10, first and last. May end up with 1 month of grazing, maybe not. Then you can define by the different cow types the purchase price, the selling price based on their age, grazing period scale factor, not exactly sure what that does. Maybe it multiplies how much grazing. During the grazing period, that scale factor will change this information. So then that plays into whether they produce manure, or they need feed inputs, or they produce slurry or milk outputs, etc. That changes those numbers based on whether it's the grazing period or not. So you got those for your cows. You got adjustments for pigs. You got adjustments for your sheep, your horses, etc. So you do all that in the animal types folder, or XML file. And contracts goes into some detail about what this applies to. Then you can change the rewards per hectare if you're doing a mowing baling, how much rewards per hectare you're getting per step. Plowing, cultivating. So if you want to increase those rewards, you just feel they're too low, you would just tweak these up a little bit. Or if you still feel they're too high, you can tweak them down. Farmlands, this is where you can set the price per hectare. I believe default base game is 60,000, I want to say. And the scale, renting scale, is based on that per hectare, so he's at 3%, just a little over 3% of that price per hectare. Then this are the farmlands that are rentable. Now, these are farmland IDs, not field numbers. They are often not the same. Occasionally you might get 1 or 2 that are the same, but they are often not the same. So you're going to need to be able to identify the field farmland IDs so you know which ones are which to input and adjust this. Now again, this is also, there is that other mod out, which I've never used or reviewed, that lets you do leasing of land. If you prefer to use that one, then you're going to want to disable this script in the mod description. Let's see it. I don't think it says Farmland. I think there's another one. Maybe field prices. Well, let's have a look so you know exactly which one you can disable. So let's see, field prices. Yeah, it looks like this would be the one. So to find the Farmland ID, you would left Alt RF while you're in the game, as long as you have the console enabled. Then, or you could just go to the log file afterwards, and you can identify the Farmland ID compared to which field number is on it. Those that don't have fields on it will still be a little tricky to identify. But you can disable this one, the field prices script within here, if you would prefer to use the other mod out there for leasing. I personally prefer this one because I understand it, and it's within this whole package anyway, so this is the one I go for. So that's where you would change all that information there. Next is field types. Yes, animals are considered a field type. The animal prices are defined in that other one that we looked at, animal types. This is physics saying how heavy they are, which maybe that matters when you're hauling them. It's probably where that factors in. Then you got your pricing for eggs, wool, milk. I think you adjust these prices elsewhere. No, maybe it is you're adjusting them in there for those items. So if you want to adjust the price per liter, remember in game that shows the price per 1,000 liters. So this is a price per liter. So it's 1/1000th of what you see displayed in game. Maybe this is purchase price. I've not gone through and tested these. As I mentioned in the beginning of last video, my qualifications are no better than yours. So I could easily be wrong on quite a bit of this. So, next. Fruit types. So this sets liters per square meter, yield produced, windrows if there's straw or hay, grass, etc. Barley, wheat produces the most, grass is a straight 2. Liters harvested, seeds used when planting. So that's your planting and yield numbers adjustments. Loans, pretty simple, your annual interest rate, your max loan. The last one is regarding spray types, how much spray of each type. Solid fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, pig manure, cow manure, pig liquid manure, cow liquid manure, digestate, and compost. Oh yeah, it says it right down here. So this is liters per second, which is liters per hectare divided by 36,000. And then, yeah, it's pretty short, so you can just set that down here. So 30,000 liters per hectare of digestate, 500 liters of solid fertilizer, 125 liters per hectare herbicide, so you can adjust those there if you expect it or need it or want it to use more. And these numbers are calculated by how many liters per hectare you want to use divided by 36,000. That's what you would put in here. So that's going to be it for this video, the Savegame folder. If I do another video, we'll look at some adjustments I made within the mod folder itself. If you have any questions or if you want me to show you something else, just put it in the comments and I would be happy to take a look at it. If it's something simple, I may just reply in the comments. If it's something that needs a more in-depth look, then we can do a video on that. So thank you for stopping by.